Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is KarQ. You saw the title. Junkrat is going to become OP if this goes through. Welcome to the KarQives, the KarQ Archives YouTube channel, my second channel where I talk about patch notes, have gameplay, and all this random stuff that doesn't go on the main channel. Today, Overwatch dropped experimental patch notes, October 21st, 2021. Junkrat is super buff. We'll get to him in a moment, but let's go down in order for a couple of hero updates. Now, again, you see the word experimental, right? And you're like, there's a good chance this won't go through. But you have to remember, I think 99% of experimental stuff that Overwatch puts out goes into the live game. Now, chat can help vet it or verify. The only thing that I can recall ever not making it to the game from experimental patch notes, at least of a significance update, was the Moira fade that made her entire team become invulnerable, which was a ridiculous change, so thank God that never went in. I think that's it. Everything else pretty much is guaranteed to go in, unless there's something else I'm missing, because my memory sucks. So let's go down in order. First thing they're going to be changing is Torbjorn. Overload allows Torb to use Overload, his E, whatever I don't know what button it is on console. It makes him run super fast, gets the armor, and shoots faster. Instead of purely saving it for defense when combined, blah, 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 he'll be able to dish out more damage, especially at close range. This Overload change, all they're doing is like using it a bit more aggressively by reducing the cooldown from 10 seconds to 8 seconds. That's a 20% buff to its natural uptime or availability, right? 10 to 8, you're like, 2 seconds is not a big deal, but that's 20% relatively speaking, right? That's pretty good. Like it's the ability's going to come up a lot more frequently. Good math, thank you. And also his secondary fire, alternate fire is the secondary fire. That's the shotgun. Reduces the consumption from 3 to 2 per shot. Torbjorn has 18 ammo, which means you would originally only be able to use 6 right clicks or 6 shotgun shots before you have to reload. Now you can do 9. Good math, thank you. 18 divided by 3, 18 divided by 2. I passed first grade math, thank you. I do want to note that secondary fire is ass 80% of the time. If they have armor, don't use it, okay? It's actually less damage per. Do you guys remember Mangachu? You guys know Mangachu? Anybody who's been involved at Overwatch for a long time? Mangachu played a lot of Torbjorn back in the day. I remember I did like a Toronto Defiant. He used to be on Toronto Defiant, and I'm on the Defiant as an influencer. We did like a coaching session with somebody, and he's like, yeah, we worked out the math for Torb, and honestly, like Mangachu as a Torb player, he used secondary fire, the right click, like almost never. He's like, it's so bad, so often, you're better off, like even up in front of someone's face, if you just primary fire, the headshot is 140, and it's like, saves a lot of ammo compared to like the secondary fire, which like is such a long internal cooldown between shots. You can right click the shotgun, then you gotta wait, then you can, it's slow. If you can just chuck primary fires, it's better 99% of the time. So this changing the ammo consumption actually might change that sort of breakpoint. You might be able to do a bit more damage long term or over time. Good up close. Alt fire can be good at shield break. No, I think primary fire is way faster at shield break than the shotgun. It's just too much downtime in between the shots. So this is meh. Some more edge case uses, but this is big for the overload uptime because you shoot a lot faster and everything with that too. So I actually think Torbjorn was fine the way he was. I don't know about you guys. I thought he was already pretty good. Ever since his rework a few years ago where he shoots his cheddar cheese on the ground, he's been solid. Like he's a niche pick. Like, not even a niche pick. Like there's some solid Torb mains out there, and he's like fundamentally like he's fine. Like he's pretty good, right? So I guess we'll see more Torbs. Cool. Kree. Changes to Deadeye allows its faster damage ramping to happen earlier, allowing to be threatening to enemies more quickly than before. This change will help strengthen abilities considered weak compared to other hero ultimates. True, Deadeye is kind of an ass ability. A lot of people use it to reload sometimes, or like they instantly die, but in the right cases, it's not bad. And now, combat roll is now able to be used in mid-air. Could be potentially powerful with big vertical knockups such as Doom or Wrecking Ball. Oh my god, if you get uppercut by Doomfist, just roll to the side and he's like screwed. Wrecking Ball, you get slammed, you can air roll now. That is ridiculous how combat roll is now in the air. Now, they did this before, so we already kind of know what this looks like. If you don't remember this, I think a few years ago they messed around with the air combat roll, and now they're bringing it back. which is kind of crazy, and I'm a bit confused why they're doing it. Now, Deadeye, initial slower damage ramping speed duration reduced from 0.8. Basically, it used to take like the damage ramp up when you like say it's high noon, it takes 0.8 seconds before probably the first skull comes up. Now it's faster. This is a buff, by the way, net buff. And so is this. Now the problem with this is I think KarQ is already like he's pretty good. He's kind of ass in double shield, but KarQ himself with 225 HP, even after the previous nerfs, he's like still a solid hero. So I'm not really sure why they're like out of all the things they're going to be targeting, first of all, they went to Torbjorn, who was already fine. Second of all, they're going to the KarQ, who was already fine as well. And they're giving him air roll. That's just... what? This allows him to do like crazy rollouts too. You don't have to do any of those like crazy the combat roll tech. You can actually just jump and you can land and go into so many different areas with an air roll. Like you can get into really cheeky positions. There's already videos. Again, this experimental patch with this KarQ air roll came out maybe a year or 2 years ago, and it actually didn't get in. So I guess that makes two things that didn't make it to the final game. But they're bringing it back, and there's montages already out there of people showing like combat roll rollouts. So I'm confused. Why are they doing this and this? Let's check Moira. This change allows Moira to get more power out of her orbs rather than them often using it as a portion of their total potential before flying away. So slowed speed when it has a target has been reduced from 27.5% of normal to 15% of normal. So doesn't this basically mean slowed speed? They're reducing the slowed speed? Wouldn't the fact that it's slower mean it has more use? Like if the damage orb like flies by them quicker, doesn't that mean it does less damage? I'm a bit confused. That sounds like a nerf, so I'm not sure what this is trying to say. Orbs stay closer for longer when tethered. This seems like they reversed the numbers. I'm a bit confused on how they're wording this. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. It's a buff. It slows down when an orb is attached to a target. Yeah, the orb is supposed to go slower. It's just weird how they worded this. But yeah, so I'm assuming it just stays with you a bit longer. The speed has been reduced to 15% of normal speed. Shouldn't it be from 15 to 27.5? 15% of normal is slower than 27% of normal. Okay, doesn't matter what these numbers are. All we know is it stays slower longer. Okay. Yeah, they could have worded this better, guys. That's basically, I get it. Like I know what it means intuitively. I'm just trying to like decipher. who wrote these? Come on now. No, what? We're not reduced by, oh, reduced to. Oh, they're giving you a percentage of normal instead of giving you a percentage of reduction. An intern wrote these. Okay. Gingo Kart, they give the tier 1 sub. I appreciate it. I probably totally butchered your name. Thank you. All right. And now let's get to the meat and potatoes of why you clicked on this video. Junkrat. The main goal of these changes is to increase his overall power at close range while weakening long range spam potential. Direct hits within 15 meters will now do massive damage, while area damage and long range direct hits will be much lower than before. Oi, Khaled. Thank you for the prime sub. I appreciate it. Dude, look at these numbers. Impact damage increased from 40 to 90. Explosion reduced from 80 to 60. There is fall off on it. Between 15 to 25, the impact damage will be reduced by 20%, reduced to 20%, so only 18. And then knockback is reduced. So nerf to the long range, buff to the close range. Now, I will say it is kind of annoying to like randomly just beat on defense. Eichenwald and the Junkrat is just doing some parabolic equation like y equals mx plus b. Like that's a line. What's a parabola? Y equals x squared or something like that. I don't fucking know. I don't remember, man. Math is, it's been a long time. But just randomly getting dinked by it, great. Kind of annoying, not gonna lie. But if you guys do the math, it used to be 40 on impact and 80. So you'd always add these up if you get hit by it. So it's 120 with the direct because the impact plus explosion. Like you'd take 120 and the people around you would take 80. Now you would be taking at close range within 15 minutes, you take 90 plus 60. So this is 150. You are able to one-shot tracers. 150 on a primary fire. This is a crazy breakpoint at close range. And with the mine combo, that's 270. That's right, because the mine does 120. Before, at close range, 40 plus 80 is 120. With the close mine, it's another 120. It's 240 burst. And you can't kill a Reaper. You can't kill the Mei. Like, they don't actually die to your primary fire nade combo. Or primary fire mine combo. But with 150 plus mine, you can now one-shot the 250 HP heroes. And you get the 150 damage as 270, right? So you do 150. Like, you literally only need to do 4 primary fires to kill 600 HP tanks now. You need 3 of these, just 3 directs to kill a Zarya. Before, you would only do 120 times 360. Now you do literally 450 damage. Now, spam is nerfed, yes. But 15 meters is like, it's I don't know, it's hard to say. Like, it's a lot, guys. And the thing about Junkrat is a lot of times, like, if a monkey or diva jumps in close, like, you are able to absolutely wreck them. Look. Oh, this isn't experimental. This is what it used to be. Sorry, this is not experimental. I take that back. Give me 1 second. Crazy, 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 crazy. This is 15 meters. Oh my god. Roadhog. And the HP here is kind of off here. Okay, so for those who don't know what 15 meters looks like, this 15 meters doesn't mean much. This is 10. This is 15 meters. This is what they consider still within close range. Here to here. It's like Sombra's hack range, yeah. So this will, anytime you're at this range, you're going to be doing, whatchamacallit, 150 damage per direct, which is crazy. This is crazy because a lot of Junkrats, yeah, it'll reduce spam, but a lot of times good Junkrats will like set a mine up and they'll go in on your team and they'll drop behind you and just absolutely decimate your team in the back. Just imagine being like like even at 400 HP Zarya, like you don't have your bubble up. This Junkrat just lands behind you. 1, 2, 3 dead, or 1, 2 with a mine and a melee. How much does that do? A 1, 2 mine. That's actually dead. That's crazy. Yeah, I can move chat now because, sorry, I was in game. 1, 2 mine. Like, imagine 400 HP would die like this. You jump into a Zarya, 1, 2, dead. That's crazy. Will these affect the bombs dropped on death? That, I'm not sure. Actually, it might. The explosion wouldn't be as much, that's true. And especially with the reduced knockback. That's a point I didn't even think about. That's like another layer added to it. Now, like, yes, this is only at close range, but and the fact that knockback is nerfed, you'd think it's bad at first, but it has uses for it being nerfed, which is crazy to think about as well. Like, reduce knockback slightly. Nerf at first glance, but a buff when you think about the new playstyle where you just drop in their backline. The less knockback makes it easier to, they don't get flown back as much, so you can actually hit the double shot into mine much easier in that case, right? Like, if they do direct hits within maybe like 5 meters, like close range, sure, but 15, I don't even know, man. Super Junkrat, flanking Junkrat, dropping in your backline is going to be such a crazy playstyle. It's like we actually have to pay attention to a Junkrat flying into your team in the back. And the thing about Junkrat is he's going to fly in, he's going to drop a trap, which you can't even see, by the way. How many of you guys just randomly just walk into a trap because you don't even hear him throw it or deploy it, right? He's like super high in the air, he drops a trap, you're just going to walk into one. How much does a steel trap do? 100 into boom, 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 3 shots mine. It's over for you. Anyways, crazy. I hope some of those changes get reverted, some of these numbers. Now, again, they're touching weird things. Like, again, why McCree air roll? Why this? The thing that made Moira kind of suck again was the recent, like 2-3 patches ago, where they made her coalescence cost 20% more. Because if you play Moira instead of Baptiste, you lose on ultimate tempo. Like if you're playing against Moira Lucio versus a Baptiste Lucio, the Baptiste is going to get his window faster than the Moira can build Coalescence. You lose on first fight tempo if you run Moira, and Moira is usually played in cases where you could probably play Baptiste, which is kind of tough. But anyways, that's the experimental patch notes. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you guys think in the comments.